Welcome back to the Last Meg podcast. I am your host, Primal. In today's episode, guys, we're going to be breaking down the Monster Launch Invitational weekend for Call of Duty Black Ops 7. And, guys, what an absolute incredible tournament this was. Like, honestly, so many storylines going throughout this whole tournament. So we're going to start straight off. OpTic, they go flawless. They go a 5-0 series win. It does go all the way to a game 7, round 9 in Search and Destroy. Honestly, when I first saw the bracket, when I was seeing how things were playing out, I was like, okay, yeah, I've got OpTic taking this. GG's to the boys there. So many incredible moments throughout this series. Like my jaw was hitting the floor when I was seeing wall bounce moments. And we will get into some of the craziest moments later on. And I did message Payback about a couple questions I have. If I so depending on what he says and stuff about the questions I have for him, um, future episodes and all, I definitely will have clips for you guys. But we shall see what he says and stuff because I just want to make sure I'm not going to be hurting the channel and getting in trouble with the idea I have in mind. So let's start off. So one of the biggest upsets we had was in the starting bracket was Cloud9 versus Breach. Honestly, I thought Breach was going to come out swinging, but no, Cloud9 they came out and started putting some massive work. Honestly, I as I said in preseason, I did not know how Cloud9 was going to play, and they go all the way to top 4. Like, oh my gosh, what did I just witness? Like for real. Um, Definitely a dark horse team indeed. And in next week's podcast episode, I will be doing um, well, hmm, no, I'll wait till the first week of matches are done and then update the power rankings because I don't want to update them just yet because this was 10 days after initial launch. So teams are probably still adjusting to the game and all, so I'll wait to do it. Now let's talk about LA Thieves. LA Thieves, they mm, so they were very shaky this series. Did they get some wins? Yes, but they just we weren't seeing how LA Thieves were performing this tournament. Like they were. One thing I was also hoping they would have done is they should have shown their stream POVs and all, just so people like me could get their reactions and thoughts throughout the tournament. But it is what it is. So let's talk about Omit Brooklyn. Omit, they actually had they so when they went up against Surge, I had feeling that they were going to beat Surge because Legend has just transitioned from the professional Halo scene all the way to the professional COD scene, and he's never really played challengers before, so I had a feeling that the Surge team was going to be weak and they have a lot to do. And from what I hear, um, let Legend's controller is Xbox and not PlayStation 5. Now, um, as you guys know, I've mainly played Call of Duty Mobile. I don't really have any console COD, but from what I've understood, PS5 is the better controller to play competitive COD on. So Legend playing on major disadvantage, and people are probably going to try and convince him to transition over to the PS5 controller. Hold on a second. So Surge definitely need to go back to the drawing board, get and look at their weaknesses. Like when it was Surge versus Omid, Omid was up 2-0 against Surge, and Surge did make a nice comeback, but it was just game 5 was murder for Surge. Um so yeah. Now let's talk about FaZe. So this team, so you guys know I've been a FaZe supporter for a real long time. Did predict them winning champs correctly in Cold War, and as you guys know, my heart goes towards FaZe. But ever since the trio broke up, I've been. It's like, yes, I still support FaZe, but I also have to look for an alternative team that I can root for and put my faith in. And um, I've got some concerns about FaZe, like some major concerns about FaZe. So Falcons versus FaZe, easy slam. I knew they were going to be slamming. Now FaZe versus KOI or Koi. I did not see this series. Unfortunately, I was out doing something at the time. But seeing it went map 5, I don't know which round it went to, but it definitely turned my head big time. Like I was saying, what the heck just happened? Um, Now, when you see OpTic versus FaZe, I was like, okay, yeah, I could see FaZe putting up a little bit of fight, but I had OpTic taking it anyways. But when I saw 3-0 Slamage and saw how badly they were getting absolutely slammed on, I was like, oh my gosh. Even if FaZe do somehow make it to grand finals, it's not even going to be close series, I fear. And jumping down to losers, when it was FaZe versus G2, we'll get to G2 in a second. Um, so FaZe goes up 2-1 in series. They take the I'm going to call it the oh no. I've got the name game mode mixed up in my head with the other one. Oh, I'll fix it later in future episodes, but they go up in convincing 2-1 series. Game 1 hardpoint against G2 was a 250-205 loss in map 4. Oh my gosh, what a photo finish. 250-245 on Colossus hardpoint. Like, oh my gosh. I do have to say Kremp was absolutely feasting on that map. He drops a 50 bomb against FaZe in Colossus. Like, for real, I thought FaZe was about to get one of the most insane breaks and win 3-1 and move on. Like, I was that convinced. But, oh my gosh. It was an insane map 4. And we go to game 5. It's raid, search, and destroy. Now, me thinking, okay, raid, search, and destroy. And I saw how FaZe put against G2 of a 6-3 win uh, for their first search and destroy win of series. I was like, okay, it's raid. It's going to be. It's like Simps played raid so much in Cold War. Same with Draza. I was like, okay, this is going to be good. This is Simp and Draza's bread and butter, basically. Even though they didn't play with each other during Cold War. Oh no. 6-1 smoke show in favor, almost a masterclass. 6-0 basically. It should have been 6-0 in favor of G2, and FaZe gets bopped out of the tournament. Um Blew my mind away. Like, I was like, are we serious right now? Um so in my opinion, if I was to look, I know it's early thinking and all, and I know that the guys have a lot of work to do, but I do have my concerns. I do have a lot of concerns, and it's the SMG duo. It's Simp and O4. Like, O4, pop off, my guy. Pop off. Um, but it's just the chemistry. It's just I need to see Cold War Simp. I need to see BO4 Simp. Like that's the only way I'm going to have faith in the team basically right now. Yes, Abuza can hit the snipes. Like watching him snipe, I was like, "Oh my gosh, okay." He gave me tiny hints of Simp in BO4 with the sniper rifle, but it doesn't match Simp's level for the sniper. Um, so I feel like FaZe they are going to need to seriously practice a lot going into that first week of matches if they seriously want to make runs at tournaments, win tournaments, and or even win champs. Like I would love to see Simp get his get his third ring. Like if the boys somehow figure out a way to get their team cohesion working together, like if they're able to outsmart OpTic, I could potentially see them getting to grand finals, but we have to see how this season turns out. We have to see how the players are going to play together. Like that's what concerns me. Now, let's talk about let's talk about the next now, so I'm going to talk about the two dark horse teams. So in winners bracket, you see Orglis, or also known as LA Gentlemates, or the Gentlemates organization. Um, they get all the way up to winners finals. Like if you look at what I'm seeing, 3-1, 3-0, 3-1. Yeah, they lose to OpTic and they twice, but when you watch them, they are I Payback and I were talking about it. It's going to be interesting to see how they play because Ghosty and Neptune were having beef with each other at EWC and Ghosty crashed out. Now, I'm curious to see how the rest of the season's going to go for Orglis or Gelmates as it is because if they can find a way to hit that chemistry or find that code to make it all click and work together, I could see them getting to Championship Sunday maybe once in the season, but we have to wait and see what happens. Um, so next, let's talk about G2. G2, they get bopped straight into losers bracket. Trying to find where they are. So they get bopped 3-0 by Royal Ravens, and I will talk about Royal Ravens in a second. Um, so G2 they make an incredible losers bracket run all the way up to top three, like top three. Not even joking. I thought for sure that G2 could have been in grand finals based on how they were playing. Like they were going up against some of what were supposed to be the top teams, like Thieves, FaZe, um, even Orgos. Like when I saw a 3-0 slammage by Thieves, I was like, oh my gosh, what? And people are saying, oh, off day for Thieves and stuff. But if you watch how G2 plays, oh my gosh, they are incredibly dangerous. Like, go back, watch their VOD and stuff from their Twitch of if any of them streamed their POVs or even on the official Call of Duty League. Like, watch their matches and watch the minimap and see how they're literally trading and communicating and watching each other's back. Like, these guys are definitely, I'm going to say, top a dark horse or even potentially fighting for championships. But we have to also see how they play in official matches too. and see how they get paired in majors as well. Um, Overall, this G2 roster, I'm excited to see how they play. Um, Now, if a roster change were to happen, like if we were still in pre-roster season, if G2 hadn't signed people already, so hold on a second. Oh, I dropped my mic, not mic, mouse. Oops. Um, so if we had a way to do a roster change, I feel like Mamba and Craze to if FaZe could have gotten Mamba and Craze like one AR and one SMG from Omit Brooklyn during the off season, I feel like I would FaZe would have been in a much more scarier sense because if you watched how Mamba was playing for G2, you would be turning your head saying, "Wait, why isn't this guy on FaZe?" Like he, oh my, it's absolutely insane the level he was playing. Like I could have also seen like maybe Skies to FaZe. Like that would be hmm, maybe, but it we're now in the official season and changes aren't being made really as of now that I'm aware of. Like I wouldn't be too surprised if changes don't be made till like before major one or pre major one. Um okay. So another series I was laughing my butt off was Falcon versus Team War. Now on the challenger scene, we've got a couple new and upcoming players who just turned 18. And watching them play, I could definitely see them eventually getting into the league. Like we have um so we just gotta see how they play and see if they can make majors. Like we have the Pro Am Classic for Major 3 out in Atlanta. Um So I'm excited to see if any of them make it out to Atlanta and see where it goes from there. Um, so Royal Ravens. Now this is a team that I was curious to see how they would play. Because I feel like this could be Slasher's last year if he does not perform and get solid performances, especially with rookie challenger players who are now in the pro league. Like this is going to be interesting to see. Um so we just gotta wait and see what happens. Um but so when we look at the bracket, we see a 3-2 surge. And they do get knocked out by Koi, and I do have to say Koi, also known as Toronto Ultra, was also feeling themselves pretty confident, especially going up against Slasher and his challengers team. Um, but I'm excited to see how Carolina plays. Heck, I'm excited to see how all the professional teams play and see the matches. But um, the one series that made my jaw drop was Team War versus Falcons. Now, Doug Sensor Martin was back in the competitive scene, and oh my sweet baby Mylanta goes game 5, round 11. Doug's team wins over Falcons, and it turns my head. And this stat was brought up on the official broadcast. Since the last time Doug won a professional series was Call of Duty Champs 2018, and seeing him take down the Falcons just had me saying, "Wow, wow, wow." Unfortunately, their next series was against Thieves, and it was a slamage, not even close. So, but it was great to see a Sensor come out and actually get a win against professional players. Like, that just made me smile. Like, seeing him play was amazing. Um, Now I want to talk about some insane moments. So, grand finals, wait, was it grand finals or winners finals? But Shotzi Ninja's Envoy. Like, if if you haven't seen the clip already, the what he literally does to Envoy, bounces up and around and takes Envoy hostage, is criminal. Like, absolutely criminal. Should be a war crime of God if it was a thing. Like, oh my goodness. Shotzi was having insane clip moments. Um, Also, one thing to bring in, the sniper is back in Black Ops 7, as I said earlier. Sniper is back. There have been insane moments with the sniper. Like, there's guys, versus, so that would be the LA Thieves versus G2 series. Sky hits one of the dirtiest snipes. Like, he, I forget the kill feed exactly, but he hits the snipe onto, no, he hits the snipe onto Hydra, and he literally turns and absolutely destroys Kenny with the pistol. Now, the pistol's also in the game. It also looks like maybe one player on team is limited to the pistol. I could be wrong, but it is that the pistol's absolutely broken. Like, I could still see the pistol being run, but we just gotta wait and see. Um, so I'm excited to see all the snipe moments hit throughout the season. Um, Now I will say, yeah, it was Mac versus Omit. So when I was watching the series, um, we were on Colossal Hardpoint. Wait, what? I'm positive it was Colossal Hardpoint. Mac pops an incredible 4 piece against Omit for to seal up the game, and in the hardpoint, and I was like, oh my gosh, what just happened? Like, there were incredible moments all throughout the series. I will say that there's also controversy of Neptune using a GA spot on why can't I remember the map? But basically he's hiding inside the rock in Search and Destroy, I believe. And that's a big no-no. Like, people were frowning upon this, and um it's just, if it's a no-no spot or it's a glitch, I feel like the studio should see this, like Activision should see this, patch that spot so that spot can no longer be used. But we shall see what happens. Um so this week we have no official matches, but the next official match starts on December 5th, which is a Friday, and December 6th, December 7th are all official matches. So just be on lookout for when the matches go live. I'll make an announcement the day before with a link to the matches. So I'm excited to see how the first week of matches go. Let me know, guys, what your favorite moments were of the launch weekend invitational. Again, I want to say congratulations to OpTic for getting the win in the grand finals, well deserved. And yeah, alright, guys, this is Primal signing out. Thank you for watching the Last Meg podcast, and I will catch you all in the next one. Have a great night, guys. Catch you later. Peace out.